So Johnny Nelson claims to have heard rumors that Tyson Fury's been getting turned over in the gym. In other words, beaten up in sparring. Now, it was unclear whether he was referring to the rumor we all heard about Jai Opetaia dropping him, or whether he's heard something else about a different fighter giving Tyson Fury the business. But he says he hopes the rumors are not true, and he thinks it's possible that Tyson Fury has made the rumors up himself to try and lull Alexander Usyk into a full sense of security. But as far as I'm concerned, either scenario is a bad look for Tyson Fury, because if he has been getting beaten up in the gym, for obvious reasons, that's not good. But if he's decided to make up a rumor that isn't true and spread it around to try and, again, lull Usyk into a full sense of security, that's bad too, as far as I'm concerned, because it shows signs of desperation. If you're still trying to get under Usyk's skin and play mind games at this late stage of the game, then you're in trouble. You need to be focusing on what you're doing. Don't worry about trying to get under Usyk's skin now. This is a vastly experienced fighter. Fury knows this. The guy's been boxing since forever. He's won everything there is to win virtually at this point. He was, Olympic gold medalist, WSB, undisputed at cruiserweight, fought in so many people's backyards. He's had countless world title fights, unified at heavyweight, defended it a couple times, still unbeaten. Now he's going into undisputed at heavyweight. This guy is as cool as a cucumber. He's not worried about what you're doing. He's focused on his own training camp and on his own preparations, and he's training like a machine. So if you're still worried about what he's doing and trying to get under his skin, again, that's not a good look for Tyson Fury as far as I'm concerned. Best case scenario for Fury is that these rumors are not true and they were made up not by him or any member of his team, but simply by people on the internet. That's the best case scenario for Tyson Fury, and that might actually be where these rumors have come from. Could just be complete fabrications by members of the public. Now, let's say we were guaranteed to find out the truth about Tyson Fury's camp and who he's been sparring and how that's been going a month from now. And you were to ask me, gun to my head, whether Tyson Fury has been getting worked over in the gym or hasn't, I'd probably have to say that he has. That's what I would go for, gun to my head, if I have to pick one or the other. I would say, okay, I'd probably lean on the possibility that he has. And the reason I say that is because he's an aging fighter, lots of injuries there. He has got these young guys in camp, particularly the likes of Moses Itauma and Jai Opetaia, the brief time he was in camp with Tyson Fury. And Jai Opetaia leaving camp so early is a very strange thing. And I haven't heard anyone who's interviewed either boxing journalists or, whoever else that has actually said the obvious, which is why on earth would Jai Opetaia fly out to Saudi Arabia to only spar 5 rounds with Tyson Fury? None of these guys on any of the major YouTube channels who get access to interview all these boxing people have brought that point up. They've just allowed people like Gareth A. Davis to refute it all without, again, pointing out the elephant in the living room. Why would a guy in the middle of his camp fly out to Saudi Arabia to only spar 5 rounds with Tyson Fury? Surely they would have had the foresight and the wherewithal to call in advance to find out if Fury had suitable other sparring for Jai Opetaia, or to ask and confirm that Opetaia would be able to get enough rounds with Tyson Fury. It doesn't make sense that he would just go out there, spar 5 rounds, and then go back to Australia. Got to laugh at Gareth A. Davis saying that it's more likely that Tyson Fury dropped Jai Opetaia than the other way around. Oh, really, Gareth? What, you've forgotten all about the Steve Cunningham fight, have you? You've forgotten all about the Nevin Pajkic fight, where Tyson Fury got dropped by 2 much smaller men who are not renowned punchers, who certainly don't hit like Jai Opetaia. Okay, Opetaia's a guy in his prime. He's young, he's fast, he's vicious, he's got the eye of the tiger. And my perception of him is that he's the kind of guy that really wants to prove himself. Like, he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder. And especially if he's going in there against the world heavyweight champion who's much bigger than him, he might even have a little bit of Napoleon complex in that scenario and really feel like he needs to chin this guy because he's so big, right? So that's my perception of Jai Opetaia. He just comes across like a vicious dude who wants all the smoke all the time. And an aging fighter like Tyson Fury needs to be careful having guys like that in the gym, because they can take their toll on you, especially if you're doing multiple sparring sessions. Let's say you've already done 6 tough rounds with somebody else. Opetaia jumps in fresh and he's really trying to knock you out and stick it on you. You need to be careful as an aging fighter with injuries, having guys like that or sparring too much with guys like that, because you can actually end up damaged before fight night. So that's what I'm saying. Also, he's got Moses Itauma, who's a young, ambitious fighter. Now, Itauma's fighting on the Usyk Fury undercard. So, he's obviously got his own preparation going on there, but his fight is not going to be anywhere near the kind of level that Fury is fighting at against Alexander Usyk, obviously. So his sparring doesn't need to be as specific, because the official reason for Jai Opetaia leaving the Tyson Fury training camp is that there wasn't enough orthodox sparring for Jai Opetaia. Now, Moses Itauma, his next opponent on the Usyk Fury undercard, is an orthodox fighter. But again, if he's not going to be fighting anybody great, it probably won't matter that much. I'm sure Itauma's learning a lot from Tyson Fury in terms of the veteran moves, how to pace himself through a fight, tying guys up, messing them about, so on and so forth. But if they were to have a firefight, let's say go out there for one round and both start swinging at each other, it would be dangerous for Tyson Fury to do that. I'm telling you, Itauma's got much faster hands. He's got that youth about him. He's mean. He's got quick feet. One of the reasons that veterans are able to get wins over younger guys is because they don't fight a young man's fight. And a young man's fight is to throw loads of punches, to move a lot, high energy. That's a young man's fight. An old man's fight is to slow the pace down, clinch a lot, mess the guy about, frustrate him, so on and so forth. I imagine that a lot of the sparring sessions between Fury and Itauma will be like that. And again, I don't know how hard they're going in sparring or how often they're sparring, because again, Itauma's not fighting anybody of a particularly high level. So, he's maybe not going to be that fussed about getting a perfect match in terms of a sparring partner for his next opponent. But anyway, to tie it all up, Johnny Nelson claiming that Tyson Fury's been getting turned over in the gym. For Fury's sake, I hope that's not true. And for Fury's sake, I also hope it's not true that he's made up these rumors to try and get under Usyk's skin at this late stage of the game, because that shows signs of desperation. That, to me, would be like a man who isn't confident in his preparation, who isn't confident in where he's at physically in terms of giving himself the best chance of winning this fight. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you sick and tired of the mainstream mindset? Does the dogmatic conformity and pathological ignorance have you tearing your hair out in frustration? Then don't be alone. Come and join our brotherhood on Patreon. We stand as a beacon of reason against an army of insanity. You'll gain access to my weekly topical podcast, where we take more deep dives than Jacques Cousteau on an endless variety of subjects. There's also videos, interviews, live Q&As, as well as a vast back catalogue of previous episodes, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen via the Patreon app or download in high-quality MP3. Connect with myself and hundreds of other members in our Element chat group. There's no contract, no commitment, you can cancel at any time, and it's cheaper than a Mickey D's McMuffin. Just head to my Patreon page via the link below this video and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. I'll see you over there.